How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new video. My name is Ruffle Rowlett, and today I've got some massive news and information to cover for you guys. So first things first, what's going on? Well, basically, earlier today, there seemed to have been a bunch of source code that's leaked for old Nintendo products. These are things that, have to do with everything from the Legend of Zelda games all the way up to Super Mario and even to Pokemon. So why do we even talk about this today? Well, there's something really interesting that's happened, which is one, Diamond and Pearl source code may have leaked, and if it has leaked, we may get to see some really cool information about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl that we never knew about those games. But on top of that, there's something even bigger here. So here's a huge leak. This is coming from Central Leaks and Central Pokemon. Basically, around 2004, IQE proposed to Nintendo to develop an online, mainline Pokemon game. Yes, sir. They actually suggested this back in 2004. It would have been developed for PC and would have used the GBA as the controller, which sounds insane. So here is a whole thread with all the details, and I thought we'd go through this because what do you guys know from this? Well, I mean, we know nothing about this because this was proposed, but it never happened. This was only a proposition, an idea that they had, and they were going to build this off of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, seemingly. So let's get into the information right here. We're going to go through all the info here. It's listed by Central Pokemon, so let's start reading. First things first, thread with details is going to be insane. So, online project, IQE Ltd, November 2004, ladies and gentlemen. This is insane. So, first thing they go into here is that, basically, walls that you had to plan to launch it for GBA and PC. The GBA was used as a controller, but the game was seen on the PC. And here's what they had, the release plan. July-August 2005. GBA version with online features, online play and offline play, all with GBA screen. February-March 2006, one new online tournament mode with PC screen for display and GBA for control. And release on, then I guess, July and August 2006, released first map for online Pokemon capture with PC screen for display and GBA for controller. So that's literally, basically, you're gonna connect your Game Boy to your actual computer, which sounds pretty nuts, but on top of that, you were gonna, do a mirroring thing and then play it on your PC. It sounds insane. It actually sounds pretty freaking incredible, but remember, we are talking about Nintendo here, and innovating with stuff like this wouldn't really have been strange for them, but this is such a cool concept. Now, next thing here that comes up is this right here. So, it was going to be based on the Kanto story, but the game's systems based on the code of Pokemon Colosseum. So that's interesting. So, the game was going to be based on Kanto itself, but the actual system and base code was going to be Pokemon Colosseum, which is really strange since Colosseum is such an offshoot and, so different. It's really strange, if I may say so myself. It's really odd. Now, there is talk of tournaments, capture Pokemon and treasures, and here's what the actual image says. So, project baseline. Game story will be based on Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green's design. Offline play, only available in GBA with most features in current Fire Red and Leaf Green. Online play, which is trade, battle, chat, etc. via the internet connection, so that makes sense. Extended online tournament to PC screen based on Colosseum code, which is strange, because that would then mean that they would use the code and the design of Colosseum with the 3D and stuff, because that's what this is implying. The 3D gameplay would be on the PC, which sounds incredible. Online play, capture, and treasure hunt with PC screen for display and GBA for controller. Again, this sounds insane, and this is, again, coming from particularly a Chinese company, because I've never heard of IQE before, but it's a Chinese company, apparently, and this is incredible. This is an incredible idea that they had. They continue on here, next though, which is, the game could be played offline with a map based on Fire Red Leaf Green, so offline features inherit from Fire Red Leaf Green. Map adventure with the story based on Fire Red and Leaf Green versions. Full map, full Pokemon will be released on the first release, but the Pokemon distribution in map should be different. Please check the region concept in online features for details. And then trade and battle with link cable connection will still be supported in offline mode, which again, sounds pretty awesome. Next, they point out here that in this game, you could not breathe while offline. You can only have a total of 46 Pokemon offline, which sounds a little bit small, but here's what the online features say. They're different to Fire Red Leaf Green. These are the offline features that are different from it. Disable the hatch system in offline mode. Disable the wireless connection mode, Union Room, okay. And in offline mode, players can only access 36 Pokemon, 6 in hand and 30 in the Pokemon Center, and then a new Chinese input method, which I guess makes sense because it's a Chinese company trying to do this. Now, I'm not a big fan of the idea of limiting yourself to 36 total Pokemon. It's a little too little for a Pokemon game, but back then there was less Pokemon in total, so I can see what they were going for, but still, not a big fan of it. But I can understand why they were doing this because of limits on actual space, right? Because when you have a server that you're running, it's easier to get a lot of space, but on an actual cartridge, if you're trying to do all these extra things, all these extra, generally extra things on a Game Boy cartridge, it's gonna be somewhat limited, right? So I get some, aspects of this. Next up though, which is online features. So, online features, a new parenting system, an improved Pokemon Center, and a tournament mode, in addition to specific maps for treasure hunting, which sounds amazing to me. Treasure hunting sounds cool. So, online features, region concept, new hatch system, enhanced Pokemon Center, online tournament mode with PC screen based on Colosseum code, new maps for Pokemon capture and treasure hunt with online play in PC screen. Which again, we've heard about this already somewhat, but it sounds again pretty freaking incredible to me. Then they go into the idea of the actual region and the Pokemon, the routes, and what they could look like, and that they can change the Pokemon, the routes based on the server data, as well as the weather on the map. So region concept. Every time the player link their game to the internet for online playing, our server will update the Pokemon distribution in the map according to the region information from the IP address. So that sounds pretty freaking insane. So based on where you are in the world, it would actually change what Pokemon would show up for you, which is kind of intriguing, which would actually also incentivize trading, right? It would make you want to do more trading with your friends to get Pokemon that aren't available in your part of the world, or just trade with random players, because I guess that makes a lot of sense. Next, add weather concept into game according to the region information. So weather system, which sounds cool. The Pokemon distribution setting will take effect in offline status, and will be updated only when next time's logon. So whenever you go on again, it will update. So fair enough, sounds reasonable. And then the next thing here is the hatching system. So the new hatch system. When player talks to grandpa and grandma for hatching the new Pokemon, the game will connect to the server to decide the Pokemon egg type. That sounds fair enough. The Pokemon egg type will be decided according to some variables such as the server's real-time clock, recent weather report, and nearby Pokemon birth rate, etc. That sounds actually pretty intriguing. Then they continue on here with the next thing, which is the center. So enhanced Pokemon Center on the first floor. So in offline mode, player can only access 30 Pokemon from the first floor's computer in the Pokemon Center. But when you go online, add one option in menu to let players get access to additional captured Pokemon in the server database. So like I said, literally, I predicted it before I even got to this part. But like I said, if the base game is already loaded with a bunch of stuff that has to kind of run the game, it probably wouldn't fit well to, have it all into singular game, but instead do that server side, which is what they wanted to do, and it makes sense. It honestly makes sense. I get it, right? The next thing though, enhanced Pokemon Center second floor. Online battle, trading, and chat based on the internet connection will begin from the second floor's Union Room, which, hey, sounds fair to me. Would be cool to actually see other players in the world. I guess they weren't really planning on maybe doing that, but being able to see them even in the Union Room, I'm on board for it. I find this all to be pretty awesome anyways. Next up is the online tournament mode. So, in online tournament mode, players can enjoy the Pokemon 3D model rendering in your PC screen. This is incredible. They were actually planning to do that. Like, I literally thought, like, will they actually want to do that? Like, that sounds insane. So, 3D rendering feature in PC screen should be based on Colosseum code and the 3D model library, which, again, this sounds incredible. All controls should be in GBA. So, this to me, okay, this sounds amazing. I am so disappointed that they didn't actually accept this offer and do this, because this could have been incredible. We could have genuinely had a Pokemon MMO that could have, like, done crazy things and became even bigger. This actually would have been incredible. So that's the online mode right here, right? So in online tournament mode, players can enjoy 3D, model rendering in the PC screen. 3D rendering feature in PC screen should be based on Colosseum code and 3D model library. All controls should be in the GBA when you're controlling the movement. This sounds incredible, honestly. And then the final part of this is the online Pokemon capture and treasure hunt. Periodically, additional Pokemon / treasure shall be released on the network for capturing and hunting. So basically patches, yeah, like events and patches. They were already thinking of this in 2004. Ladies and gentlemen, 2004, okay? 2004. This is incredible. They were thinking about this in 2000. This is the standard now, This became the standard back in 2012 and whatnot. And they were thinking about this back then. And we still don't even have, like, consistent patches on, like, mainline Pokemon till this day, but they were planning on doing this. Like, this random company was planning on doing this back then. Continuing though, each time the total resource shall be fixed to create a rush of time for online capturing with all the members in the Pokemon Online Club. So basically, they were going to limit a certain Pokemon, like a legendary, to a specific amount of time and to a specific amount of them, so that not everybody could get one, but that you need to be dedicated to actually get it. And this to me sounds awesome. Like, I think that's cool. Being rewarded for your dedication and good gameplay and just being good at the game and like being dedicated to it. I feel like this is a good way to reward people that are that. So this is cool. PC screen will will be used for 3D display. Awesome. All controls should still be in the GBA. So that's basically it. That's the whole thing. That is the whole post here. And I've just got to say one thing. This thing is incredible. This is genuinely one of the most awesome IDs I've ever seen. Like, I am so sad that we haven't actually gotten this. I am so disappointed that we haven't actually seen this happen, because this to me sounds perfect. Like, I'm not joking when I say that. This sounds perfect. I'm so sad they never did this or ever continued it, but this is such a cool idea, and I can see what they were going for already back then. And we're thinking about this. This was 2004, 2005. You know, this was towards the end of 2004, so, you know, November. Back then, this was the era when, like, things like World of Warcraft and stuff were blowing up and just becoming these phenomena, right? And these were all MMOs and online multiplayer games, right? They were just blowing up, and the multiplayer scene was just starting to get, like, into shape, starting to build itself together and become a thing. So it made sense that they wanted to reach out into that area with something like this. And I'm so sad that they didn't accept this offer, because this would have been one of the most incredible things ever. Like, I genuinely would have loved this. Like, genuinely would have loved they did this. Too bad they didn't though, but I hope they look back at this and kind of like rethink it, because what I've seen with, you know, Pokemon is that it's a game that does warrant itself to work really well as an MMO. I think as an MMO, Pokemon fits really well, and I do hope they decide to pursue this further. And, you know, they dropped this 2004, but they can always pick it up with the newer Pokemon games, because we've already seen how they can pull off some things with, like, Sword and Shield. Even though Sword and Shield has its issues, they were still able to, like, make this whole wild area, right, where you can kind of still see other players, even though it's laggy to hell because of server-side, you know, problems they have. It actually got somebody that can properly handle server-side things, and in the online features, they could make something cool, man. They could really make something cool. So, hey, I don't know if they will, but man, this is some awesome, incredible things to see. If there is more stuff that comes out of this, if there's some information about the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, like betas and alphas and, you know, hidden information that it gets, you know, like data mined from the source code, then ladies and gentlemen, I'll be here to cover it for you guys and, you know, show it to you in videos if you guys want to see it, of course. But thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.